Hey everybody, it's Party Elite with another early access Norsca video for you today. Like I said in the previous videos countless times, I am looking at your comments, whether it's on YouTube or on Reddit, and I'm looking to create response videos, so this is the first of those response videos. Hopefully I can make more if necessary, and I am responding to some test requests that were on Reddit as well as YouTube. Now, I do want to mention, some of you mentioned this in the comments, and I'm happy when you guys do because feedback is always helpful for the channel. I understand and know that these tests are not perfect, and if you weren't sure of that, that's the case. These are not perfect tests. There are so many variables that we don't have control over. We don't control the dice, we don't control charge angles, charge speeds, full surrounds versus not, spaghetti lines versus boxes. Sometimes we have a bit more control over that, but these are all also variables on the battlefield. You know, sometimes you'll be using one thing, sometimes another, sometimes you will get a clean charge, sometimes you won't. So all of these results need to be taken with a grain of salt. Especially the Lord battles, as some of you mentioned in the comments as well. Again, I don't mind you guys mentioning that. I totally appreciate it. Don't take this to sound like me saying, oh, I know guys, just stop it. I love those kinds of comments. They are very helpful for me to plan future endeavors on this channel. But I just want to let you guys know that, yes, I am aware that these are not perfect tests, and you guys should know as well to take these with a grain of salt. Now, enough of an introduction, let's dive right in. First things first, we're going to have some feral mammoth tests, and then the same tests with war mammoths. That was a request that came out of Reddit, so it's one of the first tests I want to do because we get to start with some mammoths, and then we have some Lord battles lined up as well as some other units, and yeah, that's what we've got planned for this video. Again, there should be timestamps down below just to make things easier, and let's just dive right into it. So this is supposed to be the feral mammoth versus the Ragnarok spider. Let's hope that the war boss does not get involved. So, pull you over here. Very eager to fight there. Alright, so there we go. So, off the charge. Again, we're not seeing full charge bonuses and stuff, but let's see how this plays out. The feral mammoth is completely destroying the Ragnarok spider right now. Despite the poison. No, come on. We're doing so good there. We're doing so good. Great, now they just switched engagements. Alright, rematch that. That's probably the most frustrating part of this. I wish that other mod was working, but unfortunately it is broken, the one that lets me make any unit the commander, because then I can go to the battlefield with any unit on either side and just put them 1v1. Alright. Can we separate? Come at me. There we go. Alright. Alright, well that didn't charge, but we got some damage in actually on that stomp. That was interesting. And another stomp. Getting some decent damage in. Now the poison is obviously going to take root, but as you can see it is debuffing the mammoth right now. How much of an effect is that going to have? Meanwhile, all the way over here, between the Orc Warboss and Wulfric the Wanderer, it looks like the Orc Warboss is actually coming out on top. Again, yes, dice rolls, etc., etc. Let's keep that in mind. And over here, though, it does look like the Feral Mammoth is beginning to lose it ever so slightly. Very even fight, actually. It's a very loud spider. It's like shrieking in my ear. But yeah, very, very even. Let's kick it up a notch in terms of speed and just take a look at how this progresses. Spider is taking charge here. Morale drop doesn't help, but let's try that one more time. It seemed very even. Wulfric dying and the morale drop that came from that didn't really help, so I'll just keep Wulfric running around a little bit. Just to keep him alive and still keep the Orc Warboss engaged. Alright, let's do that again. And also, it was very even, so, you know, again, I can't test these 1,000 times, but when it's so close and I'm curious... Oh, come on. Oh no, oh no, oh no, no, don't waste my time here. Don't waste all of our time here. Sorry, guys. This is just the first one. Some of the others should be a lot easier. The large units are a little bit harder to sometimes keep separated because they can close so much ground so much faster. Alright. Come on, this worked the first time. Or the second time, I should say. We good? Alright, we're good. I need to make sure I keep Wulfric alive. There we go, we got a charge in there. Keep Wulfric running. Starting off even. Poison has set in, of course. That Orc Warboss just diving in and Wulfric sidestepping. Pretty good. Pretty good. But the Feral Mammoth is taking a beating here. With poison kicking in, it is going to make quite a difference, obviously. So, yeah. This time around, the Arachnarok Spider is coming out much more on top. Again, the Dice Gods are involved. There's a bit of chance that comes into play here, and you can see, yeah, the Feral Mammoth this time around has done marginal damage to the Arachnarok Spider in comparison to the damage it's taken, and its morale is probably going to break before it even gets killed. So there you have it, Feral Mammoth versus the Arachnarok Spider. The Feral Mammoth does surrender and decides to leave. Good to know. Alright, so the spider itself is 2,000 points, so I guess we should hope that that's the case. Let's take a look here. Yeah, so 1,700 versus 2,000, so that's fair. And the spider, again, does have armor piercing, and it is poisonous, so, I mean, the armor piercing isn't making a big difference, but the fact that the Feral Mammoth isn't built to take on spiders, or take on large units, and the additional poison is obviously not helping. Spider is also immune to fear and terror, so should be as a result of having these, yeah. Anyways, next up we do have a giant that we want to see taken to the field. Okay, so now we're looking at 1,700 versus 1,600. So let's see how that plays out, and we'll again keep Wulfric safe from the Orc War Boss. See how a Feral Mammoth takes on a giant. You should have like a betting pool. Everyone should like bet who they think is going to win, and then, yeah, dangerous. All right, come on. All right. Huh. I guess the Mammoth is just a hair taller. They said I mean, I guess volume-wise, it is the biggest unit in the game, because they were saying that the Mammoths are the biggest units in the game. In terms of damage output being done, it seems pretty even right now. Wulfric is able to dodge the Orc War Boss as they both walk next to each other. Giant has got, again, the armor piercing doesn't really matter, but that's a lot of damage output and a really high melee attack as well. So that's going to make I was gonna say that's gonna make a giant difference. Oh damn, though, the oh, now I want to know if the Mammoth can knock a giant over, because that would be excellent. Come on, come on. Oh my god, yes! That's great! That's excellent. I did not know that was a thing. I'm so happy we saw that. The smallest things bring me so much joy. Okay, that's interesting, though, because dropping a giant... Ow. Poor Mammoth. This actually hurts to watch. Dropping a giant can hurt people that it drops onto, based on, at least just visually, it does look like it causes some, like, explosive damage or something. And, obviously, it slows them down. It slows their approach into infantry lines. Now, if you actually were up against infantry as well as the giant, the Feral Mammoth would have already dropped, but... at least a little bit of damage is being done. The giant just has such a high melee attack that it's really taking care of that Feral Mammoth without much trouble. So we're gonna kick it up a notch. I think we know exactly how that's gonna end. The giant has eaten a decent amount of damage, but if you just have the one Mammoth on the field, which is, you know, likely you're not gonna be going in with too many Mammoths, that giant is now free to go after some of your infantry without much trouble, and the Feral Mammoth, yeah, will drop if it doesn't get frightened away. I don't think we've seen a Mammoth die yet, actually, but are we about to? No. Yeah, I don't think we've seen a Mammoth die. It's nice. I don't want animals getting hurt. So that was that. Now, there was also a request for one Feral Mammoth against 2 units of Halberdiers. Well, the request was just 2 times halberds. I'm assuming halberdiers. Didn't specify, and elsewhere it was specified, so we're gonna try this out and see how quickly 2 halberdier units from the Empire can take down a Feral Mammoth. I really want to watch the Battle of Pelennor Fields. That's all I can think of. All right, of course they're like tucked away over there. Okay, let's see if we can separate these guys. No. See, this is what I mean by we can't control everything. Damn AI. Maybe swap them as the defenders. Then I can't see where they've deployed, though. Go for one of the larger maps as well. Okay, if it doesn't work out this time, then I'll switch them to defender, and maybe we pop that into Balthazar Guild. Okay. There we go. Alright, so we come charging in, and that first unit of Halberdiers is getting absolutely destroyed. Yeah, those guys are getting wrecked. We're gonna get a decent surround at this point. See, the thing is, the Mammoth tosses these guys aside, so they're not able to actually get any attacks in. And I think that'll always be the problem. These guys are still largely alive. The General of the Empire has decided to dive in on foot. So he's skewing the results a little bit. But actually, you know what? Let's see, because I feel like the Feral Mammoth is still going to come out on top. Nah. Alright, you know what? Let's try... I think I need to play the Empire for that one. Charge defense makes such a big difference. If the Mammoth isn't... I mean, I don't think that'll be the case, but if the Mammoth isn't able to penetrate the front, then it might be very different. Let's just go with Wulfric. Let's go with Feral Mammoth. Alright. And I want them to be the attacker, so they charge into my halberds. Okay. And somehow I gotta keep Wulfric away from my infantry. Come on, there we go. Okay. Come on, straight down, straight down. Excellent. Alright. Yeah, see, that charge defense does not make a difference when you're a Mammoth. I mean, these guys actually didn't take that much hurt. Okay. Too powerful? Yeah, tell me about it. Alright, stack these guys in. Yeah, obviously we're not engaged. Come on. Alright, so these guys are coming in heroically charging. Some of them dying, a lot of them dying. Let's see what we can do against the Mammoth there. Decent amount of damage output still, but these guys are doing a lot better this time around. These Halberdiers who didn't get charged into are basically still at full health. So that's good to see. Oh, Seeker, let's get the hell out of there. Okay, good. He's bugged out and he's staying there. Excellent. Now, let's see. With a decently full surround, can we poke this Mammoth to death? He's not having a good time. Yeah, we're getting a decent amount of damage in, actually. So 2 units of Halberdiers are probably going to be able to break the Feral Mammoth. Also, you really want to have, like, handgunners or something available if you suspect Mammoths will be on the field, because that range fire will make a big difference. Morale would drop right down, and this thing would be routing if a volley of handgunner fire came in, or even, possibly even crossbow fire. Alright. So it looks like the Feral Mammoth is going to drop to all of these Halberdiers. I mean, he's going to take some Halberdiers out with him, of course, but let's pick it up a notch and, yeah, see it to its conclusion. Definitely. So with charge defense against large and a second unit of Halberdiers there, could one unit have done it? Possibly. Certainly possible, but we definitely know that with 2 units, Feral Mammoth is on its way out. Alright. Interesting suggestion. No, I mean, it was a good suggestion. Interesting is such a strange word to use in that kind of scenario. Alright, so that was 2 halberds. Now we want to try Mammoth versus Terrorgeist. Alright. So we're going to do... Let's get Karl Franz in here. Let's get Galmaraz involved. And... Wait, no. Can't do that because Vampire counts. So Vlad, of course, and a Terrorgeist. So again, we're spending just a touch more on the Terrorgeist. Let us see how that plays out. Balance of power suggested the Terrorgeist would win. But again, that does also consider Vlad versus Grimgor. I mean, versus Wulfric. Okay, let's dive in. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Alright.
With haste on death's wings.
Come out of there.
With haste.
Is the Mammoth gonna turn around? Alright. I don't know if that's a fair test, but let's play it out. I just want to see what happens if wow, the Mammoth is just knocking this thing around. Oh my god. Letting Vlad die there. Where's is it alive?
It shall be so.
I love seeing that. No, come.
Vlad von Karstein.
That's frustrating. When they disengaged, the Mammoth was a little bit lower on health. Let's try that again. See if we can't get those engagements more cleanly. We have to consider also, again, you know, grain of salt with all of these. When you're actually on the battlefield, that Terrorgeist, the Vampire Count commander, will almost definitely have their finger on the Invocation of the Heck trigger on or around the Terrorgeist if they've brought one in. So, very important to keep that stuff in mind. There are variables. Right. Chase me, Wulfric. Chase me. Wander with me. Okay, so off the charge, the Terrorgeist has got a decent amount of damage done, and now these guys are sort of bashing each other's skulls in. I love seeing the Mammoth. Jesus. I love seeing the Mammoth just beat on these large units. I was mentioning earlier as well. Especially when it was up against the Giant. That was really cool, seeing it drop the Giant. But, no. Don't. It's extremely frustrating. It does look like the Terrorgeist beats the Mammoth, though. Come on. I'm wondering if it'll be better if I command Wulfric and the Mammoth. Not necessarily. Let's try it though. Wulfric, Feral Mammoth, Vampire Counts. Let's get Vlad. Or actually, you know what? Let's get the Master Necromancer without any spells, because that way he'll back up. And a Terrorgeist. Alright. See how this plays out. Terrorgeist definitely seem to be winning.
Ready to murder.
Get you back there.
Yes.
Okay. No, not okay. Get involved. Come on, Mammoth. Alright, this is a really frustrating test. I might bypass this one. Extremely frustrating. Okay, knock the Necromancer. Chase me and draw some aggro. Come on. Because you see, this time around it looks like the Mammoth is completely destroying the Terrorgeist. Yeah, this is very inconclusive. I don't think we can test this one properly. Yeah, let's concede this one. Unfortunately, sorry guys, I don't think I can test that one perfectly. It's a lot harder with flyers because they're so mobile, they can go anywhere, and without that other mod, which I'm praising quite heavily every time I complain that I don't have it. Alright, so Feral Mammoth, 2 Orc Boarboy Biggins was the next in the line of requests. So Greenskins, let's get an Orc Warboss in there. And 2 Orc Boarboy Biggins. One of my favorite unit names to say. So we're spending 1800 versus 1700. Let's see how that plays out. Do I want to put these guys on a bigger map? Slightly bigger map? Yeah. Let's get those charge bonuses involved a little bit, I think. Hopefully we don't have the war boss charging into the Mammoth. Hopefully we can distract him with Wolfric. But yeah, let's what kind of a layout is that?
I'll take heads. Killer of champions.
As long as we get charges.
On quickly now.
I'm gonna have to control the greenskins, aren't I?
Into position.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Onward.
Why? Why are you doing this to me, man?
On quickly now.
All right, not gonna waste any time. Pull out. Let's. I'm gonna control the greenskins here. All right, greenskins. It's like I just want to spend more time playing as Norsca. It just hurts when I have to give up that control. All right, Feral Mammoth. Okay, again, 2 Orc Boar Boy Biggins. That's 1,800 points versus 1,700 points of a Feral Mammoth. Let's see who comes out on top. Might be the Orc Boar Boy Biggins. There's 2 of them if we can get a decent surround going. Alongside... There we go. The anti-large armor piercing. There's a little bit of armor on the Mammoth. We'll see. No, come at me, Orc War Boss. Okay, let's get charges in. Alright, so full surround. That Mammoth is very frightened right now, does not want to stick and fight. It's getting a decent amount of damage into this one unit of Orc War Boy Biggins that engaged first. Again, we controlled, got a charge in from the rear, so these guys have taken no damage yet. Of course, because the Mammoth isn't actually swinging at them, and there you go, it's begun. Continue that surround. These guys are going to get terrified off, took a little bit of morale damage with the leader beginning to rout. But you know what, the Mammoth has stuck around. Done a decent amount of damage. Terror has struck the field, though. Let's try that one again. I'll do a better job of keeping the Orc War Boss alive, but that morale damage, though. That morale damage. Okay. That was definitely a bit more in control. So let's get you guys both here. And again, we're going to try and organize a proper surround. The first time around I wasn't going to, and then halfway through the charge I decided, let's try and surround the Mammoth. Because let's be honest, on the battlefield, that's what you'll probably be doing. That's what you'll hopefully be doing. So the charge will be a little bit later. And yeah, okay, we've already got a surround going. That's okay though. A little bit extra. There we go. We got a charge. We got the damage in there for morale. Got full surround going, and let's keep the war boss alive this time. Come on. Get away from Wolf. Yeah, see, the Mammoth might actually break before the Orc Boar Boy Biggins. Wow, this war boss is not really looking to leave. Come on. There we go. Sorry if my click spamming was breaking your ears there for a second. But yeah, the Mammoth is actually very low on morale there. Keep the chase on. It's just diving into... Come on, get out of there, get out of there. Okay, so these guys have been terrified off. That's fine. A lot of damage output, though. Like, these guys have eaten a lot of hurt, and more terror kicks on, and that's it. Again, the Orc War Boss kind of gave up there. That's close. Let me try with Grimgore here. Yeah. Because that feels really, really close. Also might still need to go to a bigger field to get full charges. The next field is twice as far apart. See, because that can start skewing me now in terms of fatigue and stuff. There's too many things that can skew these results. coming from the side. Alright. We've got Wolfric engaged. Nope, he's engaging my Orc Boy Biggins. Thank you. Chase me, Wolfric. Isn't that your duty? Isn't that your job? So despite Wolfric being involved here, the Orc Boy Biggins are actually doing okay against the Feral Mammoth once again. The Mammoth is being brought down to about half health. Both Orc Boy Biggin units are at about half health as well, but again, Wolfric is involved there. So, okay, Wolfric is on his way out now. Terror is still kicking in, though. Let's try and keep encouragement nearby. Stand your ground is still a step away. Nope, Terror has the field, and there go the Orc Boy Biggins. So it's a morale thing there. I don't think the Orc Boy Biggins have enough morale to actually stick around and survive the onslaught from a Feral Mammoth. I wonder how they'll do against a War Mammoth. Now, okay, now next up is Chosen with Halberds against the Feral Mammoth. This time around, I will continue to be the recipient of damage. Chosen with Halberds. So now we're 1400 against 1700. But again, this is anti-large, armor piercing. I mean, it helps. And the charge defense. So we're hoping to actually eat the charge. So much longer, so much more room for the AI to decide to charge something else. But yeah, so we're hoping to absorb the charge and then see where it goes from there. 1 unit of Chosen with Halberds. Alright. The Chaos Gods indeed. Alright.
Faster! Quickly! For the Blood God!
No, damn it, I knew it. I knew I was going too far up. Okay, rematch. It's all sorts of frustrating. Doesn't help that Norsca doesn't have a caster lord that I can use to just keep the enemy lord behind. Alright. Good. Why are you standing out there like that? Come on.
Do not fail me!
Alright. Alright. So this should hold. Yeah, these guys do hold. Wolfric comes in afterwards. And of course he's gonna start beating on us. Jeez, these guys are exploding though. Okay, not really a fair test. Let's try that again. This can get extremely frustrating sometimes. Alright.
Nurgle's pestilent glory.
Okay, let's keep you there. Let's keep you right over here.
Slay every mortal.
What are you doing? You seriously going to circumvent?
Bring carnage.
This is the kind of stuff that I usually edit out when I'm not doing these videos in this air quote live kind of perspective. These are the moments of sighing that that I cut away. All right, Warriors of Chaos. Let's make them defenders. Trash that nonsense. Let's get the Chaos. Actually, you know what? Let's get sure, Chaos Lord of Fire. No, because he's got Kindle Flame. Death. Sure. Get rid of all of the spells and get the Chosen with their halberds. Okay. This I should be able to pull out. Pull off. Same difference. Alright. Feral Mammoths into hopefully stationary Chosen halberds. Why are you charging? Alright, well, I think that's the best we're going to be able to do, unfortunately. And this guy's diving into combat as well. Alright, at least he's chasing after Wolfric. Okay, so keep him chasing, and let's see how the Mammoth does. These guys did not have their charge defense, unfortunately, so the Mammoth got the charge bonus. But we do have a bit of a surround now. These guys are being tossed around, though they're just not able to get their pokes through. But, with that said, the Mammoth is taking a lot of damage at about half health already. And if I could see, the Halberdiers' health also at about half health. The Mammoth is actually falling apart, so despite having the charge bonus be active, the Chosen with Halberds were able to break the Feral Mammoth's will to fight, looks like. And doing a lot of damage. Yeah, so once that charge bonus wore off, the Chosen with Halberds definitely came out on top. And again, there are a few more variables, yes, we know. But these Chosen with Halberds are doing a lot of work. And in a moment, that Mammoth's going to run away. Any moment now. There we go. Okay, so there you have it. That's the Chosen with Halberds. Took a few tries, but we got it to happen. We got it to happen. I also want to try against the Shaggoth. So I'll swap you out for a regular Dragon Ogre Shaggoth. So now it's 1700 versus 2000. Flipping the order around a little bit because this makes more sense. Just do the two Chaos units together. Because there's also War Dancers with Asrai Spear as a part of the request. Although I thought we did that. Can't remember. Okay, these guys are parting ways off to the side, and their beasties are going in for each other? No? Alright. Focus here, Dragon Ogre Shaggoth, focus. There we go. Okay. So now, let's get you moving, just so this guy doesn't decide to turn around. And so far, pretty even. Knocking the Mammoth around. Oh, come on, are you serious right now? My life. Let's get out of there. Keep the Shaggoth occupied. See, the Shaggoth does a lot of hurt with every strike. It's just distracted by Wulfric. Come on. So I don't know if we can use this test conclusively, but if the Shaggoth still comes out on top, that definitely paints a picture. And you know what? The Shaggoth might actually still come out on top. Ooh. I feel like I'm watching a boxing match. This is exceptionally close. This is way too close to call it. You know what? I think that would have gone the way of the Shaggoth, and the only reason it didn't was because the Shaggoth was too stupid to focus on the elephant in the room. So we're going to try that again, just see how that plays out. Again, we all know how my patience works sometimes. So I'm going to try one more time. Hopefully we can get a cleaner engagement, and if we can't, we'll move on. But that definitely looks like it would have gone the way of the Shaggoth. Intercept that thing. Okay, there we go. It's extremely frustrating. Come on, focus here. See, because that did a lot of damage. The Mammoth is getting a huge head start. Alright. Let's see how this changes. The Dragon Ogre Shaggoth was at about half health when the charge bonus wore off, and he actually engaged the Mammoth. So let's see how that plays out. Again, not perfect, but we can learn from it for sure, because the Mammoth is taking a lot of hurt now. The melee defense is definitely helping the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth stay alive. The damage output is now reduced because the charge bonus has worn off. Looks like these guys aren't engaged, which is excellent. And yeah, there you have it. See, now the Mammoth is at less than half health, so the Shaggoth is definitely coming out on top here. Definitely coming out on top. That Mammoth does not stand a chance. Going to get very scared and run off. But when we switch to a War Mammoth, that might stand a chance. That might stick around and fight. So there you have it. Mammoth has given up on his way out. Decision made. Moving on, we're going to try the War Dancers with spears. So let's go with a Glade Lord. Or Dancers with Spears. Just the one unit. So 1700 versus 950. These guys, hopefully they're not going to pop their debuff. Because that reduction in melee defense is massive. We can flip. We can flip. Alright, let's try the Marauder Chieftain instead. And the Feral Mammoth. And then I've got... Okay. I just have to not pop that ability and get my charge defense going. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. Doesn't look as epic as Wulfric.
War dancers.
Okay.
Ready.
Said move. Alright. There we go. Excellent. That's actually a pretty good engagement. Now, the War Dancers took a lot of damage on that charge, and that's not a good engagement at all. Great. Thank you, Marauder Chieftain. Alright. There we go. So yeah, they took a lot of damage on the charge. About half health, because it's Giant Mammoth charging them. And let's see how that turns around, though. Surrounding something like a Mammoth makes a huge difference because of the entities hit with each strike. No, come back at me. There we go. I feel like... I want to say the Mammoth is coming out on top. Yeah, the Mammoth definitely feels like it's coming out on top, and now this guy's getting involved. No, he's not. Excellent. Alright. Things might be turning around now. Let's see if the War Dancers still manage to win this. Somehow. They might win through morale. Come on. Oh my god. This guy's closing that gap. He wants to help the Mammoth out. It's very frustrating. Ah, great. Now he's gone ahead and changed how this would have played out. The Mammoth did look like it was winning, though. Quite handily. Especially with that initial charge. Let's see if we can do that again. Let's see how it ends up this time. If it's similar or what.
Ever ready.
All right.
Advancing.
Okay, so the Mammoth is headed in the right direction. Keep going there, keep going there, keep going there. Excellent. Okay, you are going to get involved. Because apparently I can't close a gap. There we go. Alright. Keep chasing me, buddy. Keep chasing the Glade Lord. So, the amount of damage done this time was a lot less. The amount of damage to the War Dancers, I mean. But the Mammoth continues to come out on top, causing a tremendous amount of damage, I think, with each strike. And even the game believes that the Mammoth is winning. That is turning around now, though. So let's see how that continues on. Oh, there we go. Great. That's gonna help. That's gonna help this test a lot. These guys are falling apart, though. I mean, let's consider for a second their cohesion. There is none. They're falling apart. The Mammoth is causing a lot of hurt. Just above half health, and the War Dancers with Asteroid Spear are just at half health, I would say, with Wulfric diving in now to change that. So I don't know. I don't know. I feel like that goes the way of the Feral Mammoth, and that does make sense. It's not like War Dancers with Asteroid Spear are 1,700 points, right? So not shocking by any means. Let's try now the War Mammoth against some of these units. Again, that was the second half of the request, and I might actually split these videos up to respond to the requests separately, just because I'm already at about a 40-minute mark. And, Yeah, there's a lot to go still. So let's go with the War Mammoth now. Again, that's 2,200 points. Let's try once more. Whoops, to do the Arachnarok Spider. So Orc War Boss. Let's get the Arachnarok Spider in here. Where are we? Where are we? There we go. So now it's 2,200 versus 2,000. My money is on the Mammoth with the javelin throwers upon his back or her back. That's my guess. Alright, let's get you guys. Alright, so off the charge, no one gets any damage in. Let's pull these guys aside so we're not wasting javelins on the Orc War Boss. So wasting. Come on. Stay with me. If the War Mammoth, still wins, that'll be pretty priceless. But no, this is already flipped, I think. Yeah, that made a huge difference. Rematch that. Try that again. Oh, how I missed that mod. I should maybe learn the secrets of that mod and then just try and figure out how to do it myself every time a patch happens. Alright. Okay. We actually got more damage off the charge that time. Alright, so we bump into each other. Excellent. Now chase me. Chase me, I'm right here. You're an Orc War Boss. Meanwhile, over here, the Feral Mammoth, the War Mammoth is actually doing a lot of hurt to the Arachnarok Spider. The javelins are obviously helping. They are quite powerful anti-large weapons, so I'm not entirely surprised. Again, my money is on the War Mammoth, was on the War Mammoth, continues to be on the War Mammoth, so we speed it up a notch. Does look like that's what's going on. Now, not getting as much hurt in through melee, it looks like. So even if there was a swarm of infantry around, the Mammoth would be causing a decent amount of hurt. Obviously, the Arachnarok Spider does the same as well. But the javelins here focusing down on the Arachnarok Spider. You know what? It's actually evening out. Looks like poison is coming into play, and I'm going to eat my words. Again, though, with 1v1 sort of conflict, it's very hard to tell because it's all about swinging who's hitting who, because a lot of hurt is being done by both parties here. I need to keep myself alive. But, yeah, actually quite even. Quite even until the War Mammoth gave up. Very close. Alright, so that is 2,200 points on the War Mammoth versus 2,000 on the Arachnarok Spider. Let's swap the Spider out for a Giant. Let's see how that goes instead. Again, we can probably chuck that thing around a little bit, but I feel like, I don't know, it might be an even fight. Again, these 1v1s really boil down to hits landing, and when a unit swings in the wrong direction, when an individual swings in the wrong direction, that obviously makes a difference. Giant's pretty slow, so we should be able to get away from it. Oh, man. I was hoping we'd knock him down. Alright. Oh, there we go. That is way too cool. Let's get out of here. Continue beating on this Giant. Come on. I wish Mammoths would, like, drop to, like, a knee, like when that swing came in and knocked him on the leg, like, it would drop him to a knee or something, slowing the Mammoth down, but oh my god, this is decidedly going the way of the War Mammoth. Even when the Giant swings, with a melee attack of 68, it is doing very little damage so far. Oh, the Giant is not having a good day. Yeah, this is going the way of the War Mammoth. Huh. So if you're, that javelin knocked him in the head. Say if your opponent is planning on bringing Giants to shut down your infantry-heavy Norscan army, you can just bring in a War Mammoth. Yeah, that's knocking him on the head. That's hilarious. Oh man, this is actually pretty epic. That's amazing. Okay, sweet. Alright, yeah, so the War Mammoth definitely took that one. Hands down. Oh no, I hit end battle. Could've... Damn. Poor giant though, eh? He's like cowering in fear. Oh, and all the javelins in his back. Oh. That is... Oh man, stupid decisive victory screen. Wish I hadn't pressed end battle. Alright. That was decisive for sure. Now let's try the 2 halberdiers, but for that I need to be the Empire, because otherwise God knows what will happen. So let's get Karl Franz, 2 units of halberdiers, and a War Mammoth on the other side of the field with Wulfric in charge. Alright, let's see how that plays out. Again, we're hoping to use our charge defense against large, and we'll see how that plays out. I'm going to skip the Terrorgeist with the War Mammoth because, honestly, that was way too frustrating. I have limits to how frustrated I'm willing to get. That was extremely frustrating. So we're going to skip the Terrorgeist, and instead we're going to probably deal with the Mammoth also being very difficult. On the bright side, Wulfric is staying back. Are we getting a charge into these halberdiers? No, we're not, are we? That's fine. Again, I buy it, right? Okay, let's pile in. Actually, let's try and get a surround going. There we go. Alright. Let's keep this guy alive, and let's see what we do here. So, right away, this unit of halberdiers was the first charged, and they are eating a beating. They are not having a good time. They're taking a lot of hurt, but very quickly this other unit of halberdiers joining in. These guys are not dying as quickly, because again, they weren't charged into sideways. The first unit of halberdiers was charged into sideways, so their charge defense doesn't actually apply. And Mammoth is at half health, roughly. I feel like the halberdiers will come out on top eventually because of morale rather than anything else. I feel like the halberdiers will come out on top. Not able to get a full surround at the moment, but you can see these guys are now winning. These guys are losing just because, of course, they are starting off with so little health in terms of the actual engagement. Just tossing these guys aside. Oh yeah, those guys are broken already, but these halberdiers are still decently healthy. Ooh, whoops. Stop paying attention there. These guys are still decently healthy, and they are causing some hurt to the War Mammoth, but it looks like they've actually broken. Very close, though. The War Mammoth got brought down to about just under half health, maybe had just over quarter health left there. The halberdiers survived, but their leadership gave up, so maybe with some encouragement, with leadership buff, they'd be fine. But yeah, interesting. So 2 halberdiers versus a War Mammoth versus a Feral Mammoth, definitely a good set of units to take. We're going to skip the Terrorgeist, and we're going to hop right over to the Orc Boar Boy Biggins. So greenskins, let's get the actually let's get Grimgor going so he doesn't die as easy. And Orc Boar Boy Biggins. 2 of them. See how they do. See how they do. And then after this, we've got the Chosen with halberds, the Shaggoth, and the War Dancers with spears. And I might actually separate these request videos out a bit more than I thought I would, because I don't want to make more 3-hour videos. I think an hour is an hour and a half is all right, but I'm gonna try and keep these at an hour. Okay. It's kind of like right in the middle of us, so let's. Yeah, we've got sort of a surround going-ish. Don't really want to disengage. We've got a decent enough surround. I buy this as a real surround on the battlefield in multiplayer. I also buy that the War Mammoth is completely destroying these guys' days. Both of them almost already at half health. These guys have dropped by a quarter. These guys have dropped by half. Oh, man. Poor boar. Okay, already terrified off the field. Yeah, this is definitely going to go the way of the War Mammoth. Just the morale battle alone. Oh, look at the piggy. Just the morale battle alone, the War Mammoth is winning heftily. These guys are very close to breaking. A couple more swings, a bit more damage, but you can see also, just in terms of the damage output, the War Mammoth is again just above half health, roughly, whereas the Orc War Boy Biggins, I think, took a fair bit of damage. Oh, actually, So that was, once again, the morale battle. We saw that with the Feral Mammoth as well. It is a morale battle when it comes to these Orc War Boy Biggins. So keep them strengthened, keep them fighting, have a leadership unit nearby with Encourage, or at least have like Wah or Stand Your Ground going on. I keep finding it hilarious that it's called Stand Your Ground for Greenskins. But yeah, so they didn't die, they just gave up because their leadership is paltry 64. It's not terrible, but that leadership definitely falls quicker because they eat a lot of damage more quickly because of that low melee defense. So try to buff those stats and they might stick around to actually kill either Mammoth type. Moving on, we're going to try the Chosen with Halberds. Let's get Sigvald in there. Let's get the Chosen with Halberds. Now that's 1,400 points versus 2,200 points. I think this is going to go the way of the War Mammoth. Because again, they're anti-infantry and armor piercing. So let's see. Hopefully we have a clean engagement here. Couple initial shots. Alright, looks like Wulfric is coming straight down. Great. Okay, no point in that one. Let's do that again. We know exactly how that was going to end. Or rather, how it was going to begin. Come on. Alright, so let's get you there.
All will be hell.
Trying to figure out how to best organize this engagement. Alright. Push you off to the side here. Come on, Wulfric. Wulfric is going straight for my infantry. The Mammoth is going straight for Sigvald. Alright, come on. Jeez. That caused a lot of hurt. About a fifth of health, quarter health dropped right away. Of course, this guy's here helping out. Fight me! I'm a champion. Sigvald himself. Surely you want to fight. Alright. Okay. Now chase me. Alright, there we go. So they're off to the races, and so are these guys. Feral Mammoth, or sorry, the War Mammoth, coming out on top quite heftily, beating the crap out of these Chosen. Crushing them to bits. I don't know if the Chosen will be able to respond, because again, just every hit doing so much damage. Just blowing these people up, splitting them in half. I don't know. I don't think the Chosen stand a chance. Actually, I'm going to eat my words once more. The Chosen are turning it around. The War Mammoth is at less than half health now, whereas the Chosen with their halberds have managed to stick around. Again, the full surround. I guess their melee defense and all is coming into play now. Doing a lot of work, and let's see. The War Mammoth is now being helped by Stand or Die, of course, because why would the enemy leadership not get involved? But despite that, the Chosen with halberds are doing well. I could pop in with my own assistance as well. I don't think I will, though. Yeah, the Chosen with halberds are still coming out on top here. That War Mammoth is about to give up. Not happy about the situation. The Javelins are not doing a lot of work, of course, against the Chosen. Now, not to say they're not doing any work, but they're anti-large, not at all armor-piercing, so... Wish we could see the Mammoth lift something. Those sync kills, or whatever we want to call them, are not as common, but maybe I'm just used to Krokgar at the Battle of the Fallen Gates. Whoa. How are these Halberdiers doing? they're still alive, stuck around, very even in terms of damage taken, but the War Mammoth does rout, so at the end of the day, it is a leadership thing there, but I feel like the Chosen with halberds could take that, and especially with a little bit of support, because again, the Mammoth got some support. It got stand your ground for a little while, that helped leadership, helped melee defense, or stand or die, I guess. So that definitely, no, stand or die. So melee defense plus 36 is huge, so that definitely changed how that played out. I feel like the Chosen with halberds at 1400 points are able to take out a War Mammoth at 2200, so interesting. I don't often see Chosen with halberds on the field though, so that does tell you something. Let's swap them out though for the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth, see what we can do here, and then the final test is going to be the War Dancers with Asterai Spear, and that's where I will cut this video, I think, again, just to keep these guys digestible, get some timestamps down there so you guys can see these tests and refer to them, and again, take them all with a grain of salt, please. There are a lot of variables that we are not able to consider, not able to control, and it's certainly not a scientific study. Alright, let's charge in. What the hell was that? Okay. Let's get Sigvald out of here. I feel like with the javelins as well. Didn't we do this test in the previous I feel like we've done this test. Come on, Mammoth, stay focused. Oh no. Or I guess that was Kolek. Oh man. Yeah, in the previous video I think it was Kolek. Just knocking the Shaggoth around. Love it. Oh, look at that, the javelin stuck on his side. Stuck on his back. He's getting messed up. But pretty even playing field it looks like. Morale might come into play again. Each one doing a decent amount of damage with each hit. Both at about half health. Mammoth taking a couple more strikes and missing more often as well, it does look like. Oh, Sigvald, get out of there, buddy. Yeah, looks like the Mammoth is going to drop. But again, that time it might just be the luck of the draw, with the Shaggoth getting more hits in and the Mammoth getting less hits in. But that is a decent difference in hit points at the end there. The Dragon Ogre Shaggoth has about twice as much health in terms of percentages, of course, than the War Mammoth. And yeah, it looks like that's going to go the way of the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth there. We could do that one more time. Let's try it one more time, and hopefully the game cooperates and I don't have to try it again. But just wanna see if that's a consistent situation, I guess. All right. Get you over here. Let's get you over here.
Weaklings! For the Black God!
Okay. Alright, so both times as well, the Mammoth got the charge and the Shaggoth kind of just bowed down, or was mismanaged. Okay, that was my bad. Sorry guys, that was my bad. Had the wrong unit selected there. Well, that's okay. The computer seems to be cooperating with this test. Now that I've jinxed it, though. Now that I've jinxed it. Alright. Push you off to the side.
Tremble, mortals!
Shaking my head so hard right now. It's like I have, in fact, jinxed it. Alright, that time I didn't deploy the same way. Maybe if I just deploy the same way. Right? I've been doing that. Alright, here we go. And let's try and get a counter charge in there as well. Alright, come to me, Wolfric. Let's fight over here. Yeah, so a lot more hurt going into the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth from the War Mammoth at the start there. Charge bonus of 80 in play. knocking this guy around. No, 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 no. Stay focused. Stay focused. Let's get the Shaggoth in there again. This is all is not lost. Okay, I feel like all is lost.
Run, you dogs! Yes! Faster!
Yeah, alright. The Shaggoth is falling apart this time around. Between Wulfric beating on it and the War Mammoth getting a decent amount of damage in nice and early. The War Mammoth did get a lot of hurt in nice and early, though. But once that charge bonus wipes out, looks like the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth is able to compensate for it. So, interesting matchup there. I don't know how often we'll be seeing Mammoths and Dragon Ogre Shaggoths on the field. We do see the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth pretty often. I like to take the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth to the field, but the War Mammoth is 200 more points. So just keep that in mind. Now let us try War Dancers with Asrai Spear proper. What else? Let's do this. War Dancers with Asrai Spear. Again, just need to make sure I don't pop that ability. Try and eat the charge. Oh, maybe let's try this on the bigger field. Let's try it on the bigger field. Hopefully we can pull it off cleanly. All right.
Victory.
You say victory. I don't know if that's what we're gonna get.
Lady of Athelnard.
Okay.
Lady of the Azray.
So I'm gonna push forward ever so slightly.
Brace for impact.
Brace for impact, indeed. Okay. Oh man, that's horrifying. Okay, so that time we did brace for impact, indeed, and no damage on the charge, but soon afterwards. Oh, that's a big chunk of damage. About a quarter damage within one strike afterwards. And let's see how this continues, how this progresses. Yeah, those War Dancers are falling apart. I love when it slams down like that. But yeah, I don't think the War Dancers really stand much of a chance here. Look at these guys just being knocked around. Completely destroyed. Can we get the Prey of Anathrema on Wulfric? That would be great. Yeah, I feel like yeah, the War Dancers really don't stand a chance. They're being completely destroyed, and I mean, I guess the longer they're in battle, the better they'll do. Maybe if there were doing their backflips and exploding. Maybe if there were 2 units of War Dancers with Asrai Spear, they wouldn't have as much of a problem, because again, the second one would kind of swarm in afterwards, get a full surround, get a lot of damage through, but these guys are definitely not having a good time here. They're about to surrender, in fact. So yeah, there you have it. That is that. The War Mammoth does come out on top with the War Dancers with Asrai Spear, or rather against the War Dancers with Asrai Spear. Now, that is just the first set of requests fulfilled. I really expected that to go a lot faster, but I always do. Never keep in mind how much time these actually take, especially when things don't cooperate. But there's one last thing I'm going to check. This was a separate request, but it was a loan request. So I just want to check really quickly, because I am curious. It didn't occur to me to test this out, so thank you for suggesting it. But I want to see if Throgg is able to hit multiple units at a time with the Frostbite effect. So let's just get, let's maybe get some peasants in here. Actually, no, we shouldn't do that. We should get, let's get some aspiring champions in here, because I would like it to be 2 units that maybe clump in together. I just realized I'm not going to be able to control that well enough. So, okay, let's get 2 aspiring champions, because I want them to clump in together against Throgg, and we'll see what happens. Alright, so this is the last test I'm going to do, only because It was a separate request, and if I can keep the request together, if I can make some form of organization, that would make me very happy. I like keeping things organized. But let's see if Frostbite goes into both of these units with one hit, or if it's a much smaller area of effect. So get these guys together. Dive in. All right. Need to make sure we get it after just the one hit. So hammer goes up, hammer goes down, and we've got neither unit frostbitten. Okay. Okay, there we go. There's Frostbite with that hit. So these guys are frostbitten, these guys are not, but he did swing that way. Keep these guys selected. Alright, so still only one slam down. Okay, good, good, good. So he slams down, and their Frostbite is probably going to start again. These guys are still not frostbitten. So, again, focusing on that side, though. We're going to get another swing. Bring the hammer down. These guys still not affected by Frostbite. Alright, so I guess the area of effect is quite small. Okay, he's going to turn around now. Let's see if he does a nice little side swipe. He does. Okay, so these guys have been hit by Frostbite now, and these guys haven't yet. Okay, that side swipe, I feel like, just didn't get across to both units. I mean, how it usually works is as long as contact is made and damage is dealt, the attribute effects should come through. It even affects friendly units, usually. What the hell happened there? He just kind of like stepped back. And in fact, that's something I want to check now that I mentioned it. So these guys gonna get frostbit. Not every... I wonder if that's a bug. It looks like not every hit frostbites. See, neither unit got frostbitten there. He does have the frostbite ability. It might be a bit of a bug. There we go. So these guys got frostbite. These guys did not. Okay, so maybe it's a bit of a bug, but now I do want to check one more thing really quickly. I want to check if friendly units get frostbitten. Alright, so we've got our aspiring champions, and we've got Throgg alongside. Let's get some Marauders. Why not? And let's see if that happens, and then we can call it. Alright. That was interesting, though, that not every strike caused frostbite. Wouldn't expect that. But yeah, usually how it works is every strike causes the effect, like imbues the effect. So for example, if the rusty arrows are firing away, you will see... Come on, come back here. Any entity that gets hit by an arrow will start suffering from, like armor sundering, or if it's poison arrows, then they'll start suffering from poison damage. It's fine, I just need you to... Ow. Just need you to engage among your friendly units. Alright. Come at me, Throgg. Throgg, come on, man. Come at me. Alright, let's try that again. This time we're just gonna pile everybody in. No reason to separate. Give Throgg nothing else to think about. Alright. Okay, so we're gonna dive in. And I'm just gonna ignore everything, but that's okay, I'm close enough this time. Alright, come at me, come at me. Come at me. Alright. Marauders not frostbitten yet. Marauders not frostbitten yet. But my units are. I guess when you're used to the cold of the north, you don't get affected by frostbite. guess that makes sense. It looks like the Marauders are not suffering from Frostbite. Okay, well, that's good to know. So despite my aspiring champion suffering from it, the Marauders do not. Alright, lesson learned. Well, on that wonderful note, and with this wonderful scene of destruction, I bid you guys farewell. Thank you very much for joining me for this little test session. Again, I will be keeping these test sessions separate. There will be a couple of them, I guess, in response to what you guys have asked for. Keep asking away, keep letting me know what you'd like to see, and I'll keep bringing these response videos about so that we can see how things stack up. Thank you guys very much once again for joining me, and until next time, cheers.